Hey, what is up, guys? Annie's here, Guild Forever. Going to be doing a brief little review regarding Undead Unluck episodes 1 through 9. Yeah, this is a series that honestly caught me by surprise. Like, I've heard of this series thanks to my subscribers, anime news, predominantly from my subscribers. Cody, you know who you are, you know. Well, I just said the name. Anyway, you get the point. Like, I was able to mostly understand this series because of them. I will have to say, though, in my honest opinion, I think Undead Unluck is a hidden gem. But I will say, though, some of the technicalities when it comes to powers, when it comes to, like, how fights are choreographed throughout, like, separate episodes, it can be a bit, like, it can be a lot of information and to a degree, a little bit confusing. But I'll be honest, it's thanks to the people that watch it with me during the live streams. And as well as one of my mods, Cody, which is very informative. They really do a lot to be able to help me understand the series, because I will have to admit, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not sure. Look, maybe I'm dumb or something, but the series seems like really complicated to understand from my point of view. There's things in the series that I grasp, and there are certain things in the series that I tend to become a bit overwhelmed by, that I kind of play along like I know, but for the most part I do. Once again, thanks to my mods, thanks to Cody, thanks to everyone there, it makes it a lot easier for me to watch the show and really appreciate it. But I'll be honest, even though while I do love the show, I can see how it can be a bit like on the lower spectrum, because nowadays it seems like it's becoming harder and harder to stand out as like a shonen anime series. Like, look at, like, I'm just saying, Jujutsu Kaisen, we can all blame Jujutsu Kaisen for this. Jujutsu Kaisen has set a standard in anime, or just shonen in general. And I guess you could say that JJK is like, I'm not sure if I'm the only one that views it this way, but it kind of seems like JJK is the new standard when it comes to shonen. Great visuals, interesting. I mean, I feel like that's just what speaks for any story. But again, it just feels like JJK in general, the series has set such a high bar that it's hard for other like upcoming shonen series, or no, yeah, shonen series, because isekais have their own place in the world. Series, you know, that people don't take super serious but are aware of, still hold relevance. So, but when it comes to shonen, yeah, blame JJK for setting such a high bar. Even though in my honest opinion, I think JJK is like a borderline seinen series, especially after what I saw last time. Whew, I tell you, goddamn, I tell you, that series is dark as shit. But it's good though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I've always liked JJK. And I'll have to admit, JJK can get a little complicated for me too. That's why I'm so happy that whenever I do react to JJK, there are people that show up on the live streams to be able to help me to understand. By the way, if you're wondering what I mean by live streams, I'm talking about my Twitch live streams, when I go live on Twitch and react to anime live. So if you want to be there when I go live, check the description in this video. They're in the description of all my videos, and you can check all my socials from Discord, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook page, all that good stuff. But if you want to get in contact with me as soon as possible, the best way to do it is Discord. I'll be honest, that is the fastest way to get in contact with me. And once again, on Twitch, if you're on Twitch though, and you follow my Twitch, you'll be able to see when I go live right away. Or you don't even I mean, I'd appreciate it if you did, but even then, you can just straight up just go to my Discord. You go there and poof, you're like right there. You like, you'll know what, if you're in my Discord, you pretty much get informed of everything. Discord literally gets informed of everything. So I'm just saying, for those of you that want to get in contact with me as soon as possible, or for those that just want to become up to date with what's going on anything, please guys, I highly implore you to follow my, or to join my Discord. You join my Discord and I promise you, you will not miss out on anything. You will be just as informed as all my other mods or anyone in general. So yeah, please follow my Discord. I promise. You'll find me. You'll find me. But yeah, anyway, getting into the topic of Undead Unluck. I'm not gonna lie to you, the way how they set up powers, like with negators, UMAs, yo, these UMA creatures are freaky. Scary as hell too. So yeah, negators, just so different aspects, as well as the rules of the world, having like being able to have 10 negators, able to do missions held up by Apocalypse the book. I'll be honest right now, man. Like, the book Apocalypse is probably one of the most, like, it's the most interesting factor in my opinion when it comes to this story, because I get it. Negator's powers are born after a penalty is set from not completing a task. And the thing is, how far does the penalties go? Like, because again, we have like around 98 penalties, and they said things like, oh, like stars are not in the world, like stars aren't there yet. Certain things like disasters, plagues, diseases, I'm pretty sure all those were put into place because of penalty. Penalties are essentially what, like, penalties in my opinions kind of give off why the things that happen in our world happen, like outside our human control, like maybe diseases, plagues, natural disasters, earthquakes. Like, we wonder, why do those things happen? In this world of Undead Unluck, it has to do with a penalty that was set after the 10 negators weren't able to accomplish the mission. And again, it has an interesting factor to it, because I wonder, what is there more to the negators and the union, a union, basically their organization. It's like, yes, they're doing all these missions, but to what extent? Like, how far do these missions go, and for how long? And once they're done, is that it? No more penalties? Or is this something that just continues on for eternity? I'm just trying to figure out like the end game when it comes to this series. Granted, there's only 9 episodes, so we still have like a ways to go when it comes to finding out the overall end game of this series. But yeah, I'm loving it so far. I'll be honest, I like it more than I expected. When it comes to technical as well as strategic, huge mental thinking kind of fights in series, I love that. I love when certain battles in anime or even anything that's fiction, whenever there's strategy implemented, it makes you think more. It doesn't just feel like a straight up slugfest. It feels like there's real actual thought being put down in the choreographic fights, not just amazing animation, epic exchanges, which again, I'm still a fan of those series. It's just a breath of fresh air when you see something like strategies implementing during real time of set fights. So hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate, especially in a shonen. And a shonen, 9 times out of 10 is a slugfest. Granted, there are moments where like strategy is involved, but never really throughout the majority of the fight. I don't know about you guys, but I never see it like throughout the entire fight. I will say though, Fuko, Andy, they're an interesting pair. The fan service in this series is real though. God dang. I get it though. That's just how Fuko is able to utilize her power. I'm certain there will come a point where Fuko will be able to control her power in a more practical sense. Because I wouldn't say like her and Andy getting down to business is a practical way of her utilizing her powers. It's a method, but I don't think like that's how she's gonna use her power. Because if that's what's gonna make her, if that's what's gonna help her use her powers, then what's gonna happen when Andy isn't there and she's all by herself? What is she realistically going to do? In all honesty, what is she realistically gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I'm sure we're gonna get to a point where she's able to utilize her powers more, and with or without Andy's help. Speaking of Andy, yeah, Victor, that guy. I'll be honest, that dude is scary. That dude is freaking scary, man. Yo, when Victor came out making all these blood clones and then just taking on like the 10 negators, well, I guess I should say 8 because Fuko and Andy take up 2 spots, but you get the point. When they came in and fought Victor, Victor was handling that fight. He was just analyzing their fight patterns and seeing all their negator powers in action before really making any devastating blows. And speaking of, man, I just gotta say, Victor, Andy, I don't know, they seem like they have 2 separate, yeah, it looks like it's 2 separate personalities, but god dang, they are a battle analyst. The way how Victor, it doesn't matter whether it's Victor or Annie, the way how they're able to dissect certain people in a fight and then come up with a countermeasure to beat them is just so freaking brilliant. I love the way how they are able to be at their, how they're able to, like, in real time fight an opponent, and then during said fight they're trying to figure out how to win while simultaneously making sure they don't get killed, or much less, like, you know, yeah, like not get killed or get pretty much lose. So I'm glad they're able to do all this while at the same time thinking on their what's going to be their next move. And 9 times out of 10 they always think like at least like 2 to 3 steps ahead of their opponent. Granted, most of that equation involves Fuko, because let's be honest, Fuko just makes it less brain power whenever, like, she's literally a walking disaster based on her unluck. So, hey, I like that part of the series. I like, I'll be honest, the fight scenes and just overall the mystery regarding the penalties, the apocalypses, the UMAs. Those are, oh, as well as Victor, Andy's backstory. There's a lot of things going on in the series right now that really, in my opinion, is very, very entertaining. But anyway, I've gone on long enough. That's it for this one. Let me know your thoughts overall, guys, on Undead Unluck. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Are you okay with it? What do you honestly think of this series? Peace. I'm out.